Hey people, welcome to another unboxing slash review, little slight review of something non-Gundam. For a change, it's a Warhammer 40k Horus Heresy model, and I wanted to give you a little backstory on that. I'm a big fan of the Horus Heresy. I read almost all the novels that came out from Black Library and really enjoy that. Actually, my the first Games Workshop game I ever purchased was Epic, then known as Space Marine. It was Space Marine 2nd edition, and the original Space Marine Epic scale was set in the Horus Heresy. So it was Space Marines versus Space Marines. Very interesting. And last year, as some of you might know, at Essen there is the game fair every year in October, and I am there every year. And this year was a novelty. Or last year, Forgeworld had a stand there, and that was very unfortunate for my wallet because I was able to purchase these two books without paying the exorbitant shipping costs that Forgeworld takes, at least for now, because rumors say that you can soon order Forgeworld stuff in Games Workshop stores, which will be another nail in the coffin for my wallet. So to cut the story short a bit, I got into the whole Horus Heresy Forgeworld thingy, and one model kit that I bought that I really enjoyed was this. This says Chaos Space Marine, but that's not really true. It's a pre-heresy Death Guard Contemptor Dreadnought. I have a little something special for you, and that is, to my knowledge, the first Contemptor Games Workshop ever produced. Now look at this. This is, of course, in an epic scale. I found this. Yeah. That's how my painting started. It's a bit dusty, sorry about that. But you can see the design has been around for quite some time. And I also found these little guys, which are also Dreadnoughts from way back. This one's even pewter. Nice stuff. Also found this little chap. The first Space Marine the first box of Space Marines I ever painted were some Rough Trader Marines from the Horus Heresy era. But enough of that, let's get back to this unboxing. Let's see what we get. Now, Forgeworld stuff always comes in these baggies, except for the character series, but we'll get to that later. Nice big base, and the first chunk of resin is the body. You can already see that there's a lot of nice detail on this model. The Death Guard iconography is already molded on, of course, as is some battle damage, as befits the Death Guard, because they tend to not keep their armor in a shiny, nice ultramarine way. Here you have the legs. You can see that the casting quality on this is rather nice. Feet. There are of course mold lines. You can see a mold line right there. And you can also see on this part it's that the release solvent for the casting process needs to be washed off, because it's really thick on there. Here you can see the engine exhausts for the back, the shoulder guards, what else? The two legs. Yeah, and then you have to be prepared to take care of things like this, which can easily be fixed with a bit of sanding. And sometimes you get very bad parts from Forgeworld, but it shouldn't be a problem to replace that stuff. Here you have the pelvis and the chest, sort of chest or the stomach section. These get on top of each other, but you'll see that later. These are the knee guards, the knee armor, and the head, which looks like a Mark III armor or Mark II, and some spare feet. And that's all you get. No instructions, and just this baggie. Here you can see the regular prices in pound, in dollars, and in euros. So it's not really a cheap model, but there you go. It's a bit exclusive. It's very nicely done, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit on the expensive side. Now, as you have noticed already, there's something missing, and that's the arms, the weapons. And these have to be bought separately, and these come in these blister packs. For example, here you have a close combat claw, and this is a melter gun, melter arm. You can see that twin-linked melter there. You can also get the Contemptor pattern missile pod, which goes on top of the Contemptor, and you can outfit this guy as you like. Now, through the magic of unedited internet television, I have a Contemptor for you to look at that I built previously. So let's get this out of the way and get this base over here. Let's zoom in a bit, perhaps. Whoops. Like this, maybe. Okay. And let's start with the legs. Now you'll notice that I heavily customized this thing. Hold on a second. Just have to get the pins in the holes. There you go. And you know, I've come from I'm also a Gundam builder, and Gundams have moving parts, and so I want my Contemptors to move a bit as well. There you go. There you have him. Mr. Death Guard Contemptor. Isn't that a lovely model? And of course, he comes with some high posability. Oh, I forgot to put on the kneecaps. 1 second. Okay. I haven't glued them on because it makes the painting a lot easier. Now, when you buy this, you get all these chunky parts and you have to glue them together. There's a lot of posability because the parts are done quite nicely with these ball, I wouldn't call them ball joints because, well, you have to glue that stuff together. But you can go a long way with just pinning some parts, like this pelvis section here, and also the arms. You can put a pin in there and voila, you have some movability. Also, what you can do is drill a hole through this part and this part and this part and get some movability right there. You can see that it's not much, but it makes a difference in the pose. Also, use some magnets to get this movement, and you can drill holes here, right here in the arms, so you get this movement as well. And that is also very handy because you can change weapons. Very nice. Also, the hands can be magnetized quite easily, so that you can put the arm on the other side of the Contemptor by just flipping this over, and you can also change the flamethrower. You can change the ammunition clip. Let's do that. Hold on a second, because it does also come with a heavy bolter. Take the flamer out, put the heavy bolter in. Whoops, sorry. That should work like this. The fuel tank off and the ammo clip on. And the handbag on top of it, and there you go. You have a arm with chikes with a heavy bolter. Just hold on 1 second. There we go. Voila, heavy bolter. Of course, the other arm is also magnetized, and this part is made movable. So with not a lot of effort, you can get a lot of different poses from this guy. The head is of course also magnetized, so if you want him looking like this, you can do that. Maybe get this back a little more. Like this, like that. And you have much more different poses for this guy. Yeah, and that should conclude my look at the Contemptor Dreadnought. Maybe we could switch hands. Voila. Also a nice pose like this. Yeah, overall, very, very nice model. I think the design is very good, and you can see that I didn't have that much luck with this model, because there were some very, very disturbing mold lines where the parts didn't line up very nice, and also through this detail, and there was a lot of sanding involved and a bit of resculpting. Some parts weren't filled all the way, so I had to use putty on these, and well, but with resin models you gotta be prepared for stuff like that. It's not that big of a deal, and the model is very nice, so no worries there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little look at the Forgeworld model for a change, and I'm gonna bring much more of those in front of the camera, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, tell me what you think about this stuff, and if you want to see more, if you want to see a tutorial on magnetizing these guys, because I have some weapons that I'm gonna magnetize anyway to change the armament of these guys, so just let me know. Okay, so long. Cheers guys, see you in the next video.